This is NDTV. And you're watching NDTV Prime. In association with Micromax. Nothing like anything.
Welcome to Fortune India 40 Under 40 Show 2016, or as we like calling it, our annual festival of gut and glory.
Thank you hugely for the organisers for inviting me. I'm a newcomer to India. I've only been here for 3 months. Tremendously enjoying it. It's a huge country. It's undergoing enormous change and reform for the good, for the better. We wish India all the best, and we like to think we have things in common with India, even though we're a tiny island far away beyond the horizon of 4.5 million people. Any country's soft power is not about military power, it's not about hard power, it's about reputation and the image we can project in the world. Despite everything, we have undergone tremendous changes, but we've retained a lot of things. I think we've good human qualities. Dublin, Ireland is a fun place. It's enjoyable. It has still a very positive image in the world, something we want to preserve. There's no point in being rich if you're not happy. This is what I want to say. Slightly philosophical point. I would like to say that I think Macaulay is wrong. You can have qualities which make you popular and rich at the same time, and I hope we can prove that. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to be in Bangalore, a city which brings huge amount of energy and vibrancy to India. India is growing at about 7.4% per annum. It's an oasis of growth in the midst of a very barren economic landscape across the world. Actually, in the last 18 months, when you compare it to the previous period, India's FDI has grown by a whopping 48%. Whereas globally, FDI has fallen by about 16%. So India is actually one of the most open economies of the world today. So across India, all of you are really changing the rules of the game. And the key challenge is that government must keep pace with young, dynamic startups. That's the only way India will move forward. It's all a game of being the first winner in this whole game. The game is about disrupting, and India, it will be able to disrupt only when it is able to tap into the energy and vibrancy of young Indians. So I wish you all the best, and I'll be very happy to respond to all your queries.
Do you have any thoughts or perspectives on how and what we can do as a cohesive program to encourage, enable women entrepreneurs in India?
You know, you look at India. In India, women contribution to India's GDP is just 17%. The global average is about 34 to 40%. Nobody understands consumer habits better than women. Nobody understands the process of change in a household better than what women do. And therefore, to my mind, we need a clear action plan for young women entrepreneurs. I was surprised when we done this dinner for Prime Minister Modi with all the top CEOs of the United States of America. All the top CEOs, including of defense, leading defense companies, are all women CEOs. I mean, they were driving America's growth story. So India's growth story has to be driven by women. There's no way India can grow and prosper without women playing a far more critical and far more major role. And I think, to my mind, we'll be very happy to work with people like you to drive the story forward.
Before I go any further, it is my distinct pleasure to call on stage our editor, Mr. D.N. Mukherjee, who will talk to you about the evolution of the 40 under 40 concept. Mr. Mukherjee.
This is a Fortune 40 under 40 event, so we're not going to keep it very formal. We'll keep it fun, we'll keep it casual, hopefully we'll keep it insightful, so that by the time the evening ends, you would have had an evening of fun, an evening of celebration, and some ideas that you can carry back with. What has happened in the last 4 or 5 years, I guess, is that the narrative in this country has changed hugely. And I think all of you guys defining a new narrative of tomorrow's India. And you need to be feted, you need to be saluted. But we need to help you guys succeed, and that's really what this 40 under 40 event is all about. So with these few words, thank you guys. Have a great evening. Cheers. Have a great evening. Bye.
And I'm going to call somebody on stage now who is going to take charge of the next 1 hour. We're going to have a ruckus debate because, you know, the nation wants to know and the nation deserves to know. Siddharth Talwar, Sid, could we please have you on stage? Your moderator for the first ever Fortune India 40 under 40 debate, Siddharth Talwar.
The next 3 debaters. Ladies and gentlemen, the Deputy CFO of India Cellular, Ashish Adukia. Karan Bhagat, co-founder and managing director, IIFL. Ladies and gentlemen, Simran Bhasin of Wildcraft. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the opposition. Founder of YourStory.com, Shraddha Sharma. Ladies and gentlemen, Ankur Jain, founder of the craft beer company, Beera 91. Frinder Sama, founder of Redbus.in. First, let me tell you who the judges are. One man I wish I had funded very early on, the founder of Freshdesk, Girish Mathubotan, the biggest supporter of technology and entrepreneurship in the government, starting his new assignment as the CEO of Niti Aayog, Amitabh Kant. Manish Agarwal, the founder of Team Lease. All right, our second set of judges is you, the audience. There are going to be people walking around with bowls. Choose and put it in the bowl. Not that difficult. And then we'll count it up and we'll recognize the winner from this judging panel and your judging panel. I wanted to give you guys 30 seconds, you know, what questions you want to ask. How you guys doing? You can lead with the question.
What prep did you guys do for this particular debate? Like, can you take us through that process?
Very easy question with a very easy answer, to be honest. We've been preparing for this our entire lives, since the day we started working.
The question was, how did the team come together to discuss and figure out the thought process, right? And the answer we get is typical corporate style. I've been preparing for 14 years, you know. I have 14 years experience, right? Just to contrast, right, what we did. So we shared an email and we said, let's get on a call. We didn't share any dial-in numbers. We just said, you call me, I'll call you, I'll loop you in. And then we said, no minutes of the meeting, no nothing, just float a Google Doc.
I'm just wondering, there's just so much of process you followed. Why? Google Docs? Did we use a Google Doc?
I have an answer to this. Yes, we did have a Google Doc, but I think what startups stand for and which I absolutely love is the spontaneity. What I went and spoke was nothing to do with Google Doc. You spoke and I just responded. So there was no preparation, it was instantaneous. And I think that's the speed, the agility and the way you respond to the situation.
Do you guys have a question back for them?
I'm going to pick on one particular one, very obviously. You said something about women not being able to rise in corporates. I didn't really understand what about corporates don't allow women to have babies the way they want to. I mean, perhaps the company that I work for last is one of the only companies, and even startups aren't anywhere there, that's one of the most pro-women corporate. They even have a program called the Second Career in Practice, SKIP, the Tata SKIP, that not only helps women from the Tata corporates get back into the corporate world, but women from all other corporates, and I can tell you I've met a couple of women from startups that have actually applied to that because that startup didn't want that woman back at work because she needed time off.
You know, I'm actually very happy and very thankful that there is a corporate and organization like that. And I'm very happy that you are a mother and you can work, you can come and be here. But let me be very honest and say the majority of this country, and I represent a majority. I myself come from Bihar. At this age where I am today, just to be very honest, I don't have a kid, and then it's my choice. We are going, but most of the people in my class, in my college, and in my school, they cannot work. They had to give a backseat because they were nurturing kids.
I think it's a long time since you possibly worked in a corporate, I don't know, but most of the large corporates today, whether it's Unilever, Tata, Birlas, today most large corporates, including ours, even maternity leaves go up to 9 months to 12 months. In fact, it's exactly the reverse. I would tend to believe a startup is so dependent on the person who started it. You've seen the top 3 top 3 bank CEOs today, whether it's Axis Bank, ICICI, or SBI, all 3 are women CEOs.
To share an experience in my team, this girl got pregnant and she's off. She's taken as much time as she wants to and she comes back. In fact, she's coming back in March and I'm putting her up for promotion, so it has not even impacted her career.
Please may I have a round of applause for all the guys up on stage.
Thank you so much. Are we ready to get the verdict from the jury? All right, please have on stage Mr. Amitav Kant and Mr. Girish Mathrubootham.
Let me just say that it was a fascinating debate. It was immense fun. It was rich in content. I mean, it was pretty close, very, very close. So the jury itself was pretty much split up on what to do. So on content, startups were led. They were winning. On relevant examples, the corporates won. On delivery, the startups won. On quality of interjections, the corporates won. And on adherence to timelines, both the sides won. We found the debate extremely intellectually stimulating, and Girish found it even mentally enriching. But overall, I think the startups, simply because of the passion, won by just a margin. Just a margin. So the winners are startups. But we all concluded that though startups are winning, it's a blend of both. It can't be that startups remain disruptors all their life. They have to have processes. And I think at the end of the day, it's a great blend of both. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Girish, you want to say something?
I'll just make it very quick. So while I was sitting there, I was just really hoping that, man, I should have been there on the startup side. I was making notes. In the end, I think India needs startups to win. So I think with that note, I would like to say thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kant and Girish. The result from the audience is also that the startups have won. Surprise, surprise. But the margin was incredibly small, 90 to 84. So please give it up for the team corporates as well.
We've already had winners from the North, the East and the West. Who will qualify from the South Zone in the last of our regional finals on Season 7 of the Mahindra AQ? Irfan Khan appears in the ads for which brand of tires? No, that's not the answer I was looking for, so let's go across to the boys with the buzzer. The battle lines are drawn, only one will make it to the grand finale.
Watch the Mahindra Auto Quotient South Zone Finals, Saturday at 8 p.m. only on NDTV Prime.
I'm Ishmi. I'm a teacher, but I'm an Indian first. I'm proud to help educate India. I pay my taxes to help build India.
I'm Imtiaz. I'm a doctor, but I'm an Indian first. I'm proud to contribute to make India healthy and strong. I pay my taxes to help build India.
I'm Indranil. I'm an engineer, but I'm an Indian first. I'm proud to contribute to Digital India.
I pay my taxes to help build India.
I'm Irene. I'm a businesswoman, but I'm an Indian first. I'm proud to contribute to the Make in India mission. I pay my taxes to help build India.
We are Indians. We pay our taxes and are proud to help build India.
You too can contribute. If you haven't paid your advance tax yet or haven't filed your return for assessment year 2014-15 and 2015-16 yet, then please do so latest by 31st of March 2016.
This is my life. This is my space. Work, rest and play, and live smart my way.
Pepco, fittings that help you live smart.
Education is the most powerful tool to change the world, and I pledge to be part of the movement towards Shiksha Ki Or, because I, Vidya, believe we all need to join hands to make Vidya a reality for every child in our country. Come join us. For more details, log on to ndtv.com/shiksha or write to me at vidya@ndtv.com.
The smarter your devices, the smarter you've got to be. Reliance Digital presents Go Digital today at 10:30 p.m. on NDTV Prime.
Presented by Reliance Digital. Technology at your service.
How can I bat like Sachin Tendulkar?
How to get internet on flights.
How to click a perfect selfie. Smile.
How to pick up chicks.
How to drink my dragon.
How to clean India.
How do you get more followers on Instagram?
We'll tell you the ultimate secrets, just the small tricks and tweaks on How To, Tuesday.